Oh, that's so good. I need a bigger glass. It's like not a big enough glass. Is there a like limitless coffee cup? Darn it. I feel like my boss is telling me shut up and get started. That sounded like shut up, get started. So I'm going with shut up, get started. R8RBEAR! I'm saying. Yes, I sound Tante Oso, that bear you all know, out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. What? You heard me. Let's go. Man, I got on my goggles and I'm all discombobulated. No. Okay, look, see, you let someone be your operations manager for one night, and what do? All of a sudden now it's time to get down and
You don't like that?
no, play my jam. Now the timing is all off. Actually, that's pretty good right there. Wait. There it is. No. All right. See, I'm sending you off. You're going to Miami Beach now. They got to do it there. We're in the mix. All right, here we go. The R8RBEAR! R8RBEAR! There, now you're free, DJ. Right, that was dope. Tradish! R8RBEAR live. First comment, woo! MVP tonight goes to my daughter, Little Cub. Appreciate the DJing, Little Cub.
I killed it.
Yeah, right. I'm saying, especially that sneaky beat. R8RBEAR live. First comment goes to Bear on YouTube. Mark Vargas. Mark Vargas is our clear winner on YouTube. Okay, it's just done. That's it. Bear did it, and he came up. See, Carlos Magana, he got you because you wrote the whole thing out. You wrote R8RBEAR. He just wrote bear and put the emoji. That's where he got you. Second place, Carlos Magana. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. And third place, YouTube, Troy Gill. What's up, Troy Gill? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. But I must announce on Facebook, my first Carlos Boykins. I love that. Boykins, Carlos, sup, brother, gold medalist tonight. Welcome to the show. And in second place, I love doing it, Dustin King. What's up, DK? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. It's my guy, Dustin King. Third place, bronze medal. Put butts in him. Since you said it and you won the bronze, Travis Kelly. Put butts in him. He's already got me started. I hadn't even put butts in anybody yet. Michael Purifoy, Bear. What's up, Michael? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Corinna Trujillo. What's up, love? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Jesse Parker. JP, what's up, man? Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to do it for JP. Hold on real quick. Okay, no, I can't take all that off. I was gonna take all that my jewelry off, but I can't do it. I'll just show you though anyway. Right there, brother. I'm rocking it. Don't don't be fooled, okay? I've had it on all day. That's my new JP exclusive. You like Rick and Morty? You like Rick and Morty? You may like him, but you don't have that. Only the bear has that. That's a Jesse Parker shirt exclusive for the Raider Bear. Yeah, he's not even allowed to sell it to anyone else anymore. Don't do it, JP. I'll sue you. Okay. It's a Raider Bear exclusive now. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not about the suing part. I will sue you. What's up, Frank Zander? Welcome to the show. Cody Palmer, how you doing, man? Yo, Mark Alvarez just gave me the emoji. It's just, bear, me. What's up? Welcome to the show. Jim Vanderlyn, bear. What's up, Jim? Welcome to the show. Okay, here we go. Go wait. Karina. Hello. Don't forget, those stars contribute to the show. Go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks, of which we contributed enough of money and in gold tokens on my show. Sorry, I'm all tangled up now. To contribute enough funds to send 28 kids to school in Africa. It was dope. We did that. Raider Nation and Raider Bear family page. So I appreciate you all so much, and welcome to the show one more time. And Denton Rhodes, what's up? Welcome to the show. Space Force. Miguel Garcia in the 559 in the house. What's up, Frez? Jorge Prieto. George Prieto. What's up, George? Welcome to the show, though. All right. Always there for a Raider Bear. Appreciate you, Jorge. He gave me this great bottle of tequila one time right in the middle of a show I was doing. It was dope. He's just the man. Corrida Trujillo. Appreciate the love on the stars, though. You know what? Honestly, I don't know. You know what? Where's my stuff? I got to find my stuff. I don't have my stuff. I have my stuff, and I was going to contribute something to you guys that you could, bid on for stars, and then it would be yours. And I'm too clean right now. I had to take my daughter to this thing today, and then I had a job thing I had to go to myself today, and it was like, oh man, they're making the bear work. What's up with that? Carlos, I know. I appreciate you, brother. I really do. I appreciate that. Santino Carranco, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. The third. He's a third like me. I am myself also a third, Santino. Isn't it tough, Santino, when you're the third and you feel like, well, shouldn't I have a son then so I can keep, fourth, Santino Carranco the fourth, you know what I mean? I had kind of a dilemma with that, you know what I mean? Because the girl I was with, she just didn't want, she was just dead set to like, no, I don't want to do that, you know what I mean? And it's like looking back now, I was like, probably should have done it. When we were going to hear about our new head coach, Antonio, Mark Alvarez, family in the house. Honestly, I'm going to jump on that since that's obviously the topic of the day. So we'll go to it. And then I'll talk to you guys about some other Raider stuff that I think is going on. That's very important. So here we go. We're going to announce it. They haven't announced it yet because they had to do their due diligence. Now, what does that mean? It means that the Raiders had an interview recently with Chris Richard. He is a young African-American coach in the NFL. And right now, I believe he's with the Dallas Cowboys, and he's, looking for opportunities. Now, I don't think anyone really sees him as a head coach necessarily. He is a coach. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's a secondaries coach, maybe a special teams coach. I'm not sure. But anyway, long story short, we gave him an opportunity, and it was, obviously a smokescreen. And, when you're African-American, like I am, I'm Creole. For those of you who know what that is, right on. I'm not going to explain it. It takes forever. But he looks Creole, and I feel bad because, we're all so comfortable with talking about the Rooney Rule. And guys, I'm not going to get into politics. Don't trust me. I'm not going to bore you. I'm just going to be really brief. But I think it's a shame that even Mark Davis, even with the Raiders, is allowed to kind of just bend the rule and say, oh, yeah, we gave this guy who, is the closet manager an opportunity, but he's black. It counts, and I don't know. I just don't like that. I don't like that that's being lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with it, but I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like it. There are legit guys out there that should be getting those opportunities. And instead, we just gave it to some guy who's a hall monitor to the equivalent of a hall monitor. I'm totally insulting this guy. And I shouldn't be. He's probably awesome. You know what I mean? He's probably watching the show and thinking, man, that guy's a jerk. But I mean, I'm defending him here. I'm trying to say, don't give the guy a job opportunity that clearly is meant to lead to nothing. You know what I mean? I don't like that. Hey, Tommy, what's up, buddy? I'm glad you're off punishment. Appreciate you, Steeler Mom. Welcome to the show. Navajo Raider, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I still have my look. I have it right here. See, this is one of the few things I know right where it was, because I love this. I love this. Navajo Raider, do me a favor in one of your posts. Go ahead and explain to everyone what this is. I don't want to go on and on about it because it'll dominate the show, but I want you to tell everyone what this is and what it means, because I'm going to auction off another one of these soon. And I want everyone watching the show to know what this means. So when they get it, they know what it means. It's not just a dope looking patch. It's really dope, but tell them what it means. I'd love it for you to let them know. Michael Smar, say, what's up? Welcome to the show. Central Missouri Raider Nation 573 in the house. Appreciate that, brother. Welcome to the show. I appreciate everyone tuning in from YouTube. I really do. Trying to build that YouTube presence. So if you can, please share Raider Bear. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And we're going to go into this football now. What's up, Michael Smar? Appreciate you, brother. I really do. Hi, Anna Diaz Rincon, my first supporter ever. What's up, love? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear. And Anna, I don't know if you know, I want to say out loud while you're watching the news reports you're tagging me in. Keep them coming, honey. Keep them coming. I'm really keep them coming. I want to make it clear you're not bothering me. Don't feel like, oh, I wonder if he doesn't like that I do. No, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Send me more. I heard that Tom Brady was holding AP being the head coach. Is that true? Honestly, Troy Gill, Tom Brady was among a group of people that were speaking loudly for Antonio. So the answer is yes, but I don't even want to entertain the idea of saying it was Tom. No, whatever group you're a part of, if Tom's in it, it immediately becomes Tom's group. I'm not allowing that to happen to my beloved Raiders. That's not happening here. Now, was he a part of the conversation? Of course. You know what I mean? He's too enveloped with football for Mark Davis to not think it wise to put things by him. He is a part owner. It might be a little tiny part, but it's a little tiny part with him and his face and who he is on it. So that makes that little tiny part matter. It's not like you or I, if we bought that tiny part, we would be the silent owners. You see what I'm saying? You and I. But that guy can't be a silent owner. He can't. The moment you say he bought one share because he's Mr. 17 Super Bowl wins, he's going to get all the press. David Pell, Clive, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Mike Hendu, hey, man. Welcome to the show. Moses Ruiz, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. He said, what's the word on the street? Well, the word on the street is the AP thing is done. It's been done. I announced it 2 weeks ago. Most of you who watch my show know that. Not patting myself on the back, because I also was the same guy who said Baker Mayfield's a bum and a bust. And now here he is dragging what's left of a team that was dismantled after a Super Bowl to the playoffs. That's ridiculous. And most of you who know football know what I just said, know the level of what I just said. The guy was brought in to be a bum quarterback, a guy that's there to be made an excuse for losses from a team that had, Super Bowl hangover. You're dismantling the team of all the high, price guys, offense and defense. You're bringing in a new coach. The owner wants to see everything scrubbed clean, and I want it cheap until we find, an opportunity to winner, and then we'll fund it, which is what all teams do. And you bring in Baker Mayfield to be your fall guy, and instead he wins. I had that guy as a bum. I really do. I still do, honestly. I mean, I still do, but that guy's a survivor, man. He really is. I'll give him credit. Mark Vargas said, what's going on in hiring OAP? Mark Vargas, well, if you remember just the last couple shows I've done, just these last couple days, I've said it has to happen quickly because there's just so much business. I don't want to keep saying it because people who watch my show now, I'm just going to get repetitive. But Gail Johnson Bishop, hi love, what's going on? Great profile picture. What's going on is AP's getting the job, but we had to dot our I's and our T's and get everything on the dotted line. Guys, and even the press is now saying what's holding things up. It's ridiculous. We can't do everything at the speed of light. We've all been trained now that the internet is a news source, that everything is like this. What's going on? Wait, what's going on? Wait, did we get Khalil Mack? Is he a free agent? Well, what's going on? Can we find out tomorrow? Do you know what's going on with him? Well, why don't you look it up? Jesus. I get the news super fast too now, you know what I mean? But at the same time, this is a done deal, but they can't talk about it. They can't say that. It breaks rules. You know what I mean? But he's the guy. How do we know? Because think about it. Any other major coaching person that might have come in to interview for the job wasn't anyone serious. Think of everyone that's come in for an interview. Think about it. And Jim Harbaugh, I mean, come on. Everyone, get Jim Harbaugh. That was never in play. I told all of you that. Most of you who really know my show, please hit hearts if I'm telling the truth, because I'm telling the truth. I mean, I'm biased, but I love me, but but I told you guys, Harbaugh ain't coming. We're already paying 2 coaches. Now you're going to pay Harbaugh money. On top of it, we don't have a quarterback. We're going to look for one. We're going to look for one in free agency. I'm sure a veteran, and potentially do something aggressive in this draft to go after someone, that can throw the rock. And my Tio, he called me today earlier this afternoon, and we were talking in the car when I was getting on the freeway and everything. And I just said, look, man, I don't see the whole Caleb Williams thing. I just don't see it. It's not in the Raiders culture to give up the house of picks and all these things to move up and do something. And I don't know that Antonio has the stones to look at Mark Davis and say, we're going to give up this pick and this pick and this pick and this pick and go up to number 2 and get Caleb. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. If Mark Davis couldn't be swayed by John Gruden, what odds does AP have? I mean, because we know think back to the draft. John Gruden wanted to move up. He wanted to move up. Remember, we ended up with whatever. We had the 11th pick or 10th pick, and the Niners moved in front of us by 1 and took that offensive lineman McGlinchey. It was like 3-4 years ago. And then that was the year we got Colton Miller. You know what I mean? And it worked out. Obviously, Colton Miller can play, but John wanted to move up. Colton Miller was a byproduct pick. You know what I mean? So now I'm telling you old stories. Yeah. Travis Kelly, they have to. Good statement. Good quote. They have to, make sure that all the rules are being obeyed. But you do still have to move fast because you have everything coming up that has to do with building your team in the offseason. Gail, it's going really good. I appreciate you asking. Welcome to the show. I always appreciate my Raiderettes. Santino, nice. Doc Raider, appreciate the greetings. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Anthony Zirkle said, new report about Vrabel being considered. Any weight about that? Anthony, no, wow, that's a great family picture. Great job. I would say to you, honestly, Vrabel has to be looked at. You have to look at it. You can't just say no, you can't. To me, Vrabel, and I'm, I'm not impulsive. That's not my way. You know what I mean? I don't make predictions all the time. I make predictions, but not all the time. I make predictions when I feel like I have solid footing. But I would say that I think Mike Vrabel is like, if you could look at the future somehow, like fast forward 7 years and say, I want to see what happens in the NFL the next 7 years, I would be willing to bet you Mike Vrabel will be a winning coach. And I mean a multi-winning coach. Mike Vrabel's got that thing, man. He just does. I was looking at him way back when. I thought about it way back when he was first getting a job. I was like, damn, that guy's, he's a coach. And then he took the mess that was in the Tennessee Titans, which is a farce. You know what I mean? And he made them great. You know what I mean? Won playoffs, got up there with ham and eggs. He made lobster. You know what I mean? I just want to see Mike Vrabel given an opportunity with a roster like ours. If Mike Vrabel had this roster, he would take us to the playoffs for sure. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. And I like AP. I do. I like AP. I want him to get the job. I've been saying it since day one. But Mike Vrabel is no joke. And if this all turned out to be press and we ended up signing Mike Vrabel, I would be very happy. While everyone else is, oh, no, AP. That guy can coach. He is a junior. Okay. I like that. Mark Vargas, Bear, I have a Wilson Kenny Stabler, silver numbers and silver nameplate, black trim. Nice. I love that. That's dope. James Quan Woodley said, Sup Nation. Mark Vargas, 602 Arizona, my neighbor in the house. John B. James, good evening, Bear. If Graham leaves, what are your thoughts on Leslie Frazier being our defensive coordinator? I believe there was some talk that may be a possibility. John B. James, excuse me, welcome to the show. I actually brought this up a couple nights ago on my show. I think that was part of what was going on with Leslie Frazier's visit. I think they tried to masquerade that as another guy just coming in to be a head coaching selection as a way of honoring him, and not embarrassing him. We didn't bring him in to, be the janitor. We brought him in maybe to be a head coach, but in the meanwhile, we like you so much that what about defensive coordinator? I think not only are we going to lose our defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham, I think we're going to lose Graham, and I think we're going to lose Ryan too. I think Ryan has turned out to look like a guy who just got a contract from the Raiders and was just, you know what I mean? That guy's in retirement mode. You know what I'm saying? You can just see it. He knows he can go to TV anytime. You know what I mean? The internet shows and podcasting, and he'll still make a bunch of money. You know what I mean? So what he's doing in the NFL right now is just, I cash some checks. I show up, I wander around, shake a whistle, and let my hair blow in the wind. Do I sound like he's worn out his welcome? And yeah, and honestly, John B, just to answer your question even more thoroughly, Patrick Graham's gone. I don't see any scenario where he stays. I really don't. I know I could be, and see, I put myself on the line when I say things like that. See, so I'm saying that, but my instinct is there's no way he stays. When you have an opportunity to jump, and the money almost doubles if you jump and you take the chance, you jump. For example, if Patrick Graham interviewed for the Falcons job, let's say, and let's say the Falcons had him in for the Rooney Rule. They just want to obey the Rooney Rule and bring him in. But what happens? Every once in a while, you can knock an owner's socks off and, make him go, wow, okay. All right, you got a deal. Okay, now, so let's say Patrick Graham goes into the Atlanta Falcons system, gets the job. He's going to lose. You know what I mean? He's not going to win. It's Atlanta. You know what I mean? You can't win in Atlanta unless you're pretty doggone smart. And then you've got to have someone that's going to work, free agency. The era changed and the owners didn't. And so what's happening is the owners are still almost trying to play like old school football, while all the mechanics of football and the machinations of what it costs and free agency, it's just gone by them because these guys are in their 70s and 80s and they're just holding on to their franchise. Just give it to your grandkids already and, go eat the tapioca and go to bed. This seems like a perfect time to say subscribe to R8RBEAR family page. It's just $5 a month and you can cancel at any time, but you won't want to because we do a lot of fun stuff. Like today, I was on my show just for supporters and we had a really good time. All right. So are they going to bring in a quarterback to take AOC under his wing? Carlos Magana. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know, but what I can tell you is this. The reason why I was saying Antonio, really early, I was saying Antonio's getting the job was one, I had something that helps me with that kind of thing. And then more importantly, the circumstances in front of him. He's already paying two coaches off the books. So whoever he pays moving forward, he can't break the bank again. And a guy like Antonio Pierce is going to be more appreciative of having gotten the job than he will be saying, hey, I didn't get as much as that coach over there. Why not? No, he's not going to do that. I mean, at least not initially. I wouldn't do that. Black, white, blue, or purple. when you're getting your very first opportunity to be a head coach in the NFL, if they maybe lowball you a little bit, you say thank you and get your foot in the door. Because now that you have the job, now you have power. Now you have control. You can make decisions, and the success of the team moving forward will be reflected by you. And they'll go, hey, this started when they got Coach Bear. You remember that? He took, peanuts, and now he's here. Now I get my bump up, you know what I mean? Because I'm doing well. I'm doing a good job. And I think that's what's going to happen with him for sure. Bob Standard, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I missed you today. We did the supporters only show. So Anna Diaz, if you can make it in tomorrow, I'd love to have you on. Steeler Bell. Mr. Bear, I asked Tommy if he would be embarrassed if I said this, and he said I could. I don't like being too strict with him, but I don't stand for the F word in any form. And he got upset during the game and let one fly. Okay, well, I hope you're both listening while I say this. Tommy, what your mom says is what goes. And I'm a grown man, and I'm looking you right in the camera to tell you when my mom tells me something right now, to this day, I say, yes, ma'am, and I do what she says. That's what good sons do to honor their mothers. Don't ever forget that. But now, having said that, it is a slip of the tongue. He got emotional. He said a word, come on, Mom. It can go both ways. Remember, mom is the judge. So a judge decides on a case-by-case basis. Now, if he goes in the front room tomorrow and stubs his toe and goes, F and beep and beep and F beep, beep, well, then he gets a month of no video game prison, that kind of stuff. But that's up to mom. Each case is each case. John Rogers Jr., I appreciate the love, brother. Welcome to the show. I really do. Mark Vargas, the Rudy Rule thing. I meant what I said. But you notice I moved on. I'm not trying to get into the politics of raciality. Is that a word? I'm not trying to get into race relations. I just simply mean that we have to remember that it matters, and so we can't just see them pick someone black and that's it. It's satisfied. Really, I would have liked to have been in the room to go, Chris Richard, really, that guy? Get to I'm killing Chris Richard and Chris Richard's family. I apologize. I really do. The comments of the bear are totally irresponsible. But I'm sorry, the guy, he looks like he's 15. I have shoes older than that guy. Okay. And I'm sorry. You're going to go in, there and you're going to get that job. Come on, man. Denton Rhodes, yes, Max is good. He's always been good. Every time he's had a surgery, he's had 2 or 3 now. I think this is the 3rd. Remember when he had that screw in his hand when he was a rookie and he like barely came into the league and he goes, put a screw in it and let me start killing quarterbacks. I was like, okay, I have a new favorite player. Matt, I don't even think Max has sat down. Bring the doctors out to the field. Just put no anesthesia. Just patch it up. I honestly, I think Max did that maybe at birth. Moses Ruiz. Why didn't we entertain an interview with Harbaugh, even if AP was getting the job? Should have at least heard him out, right? Okay, Moses. First, your profile picture is dope, and second, I would say this to you, man. I don't like Jim Harbaugh. I don't, and I've always stood hard on that. And that's a bad phrase. I've always stood behind that, but the point is that I've always felt like coaches are different. Okay, coaches have different styles. Okay, for example, if you hire Jimmy Johnson, from way back with the Dallas era, that he likes smaller defenses that are fast and he likes to run the ball but explode with the pass, et cetera, et cetera. And so on and so forth. We remember how the Patriots on their run, how they do it. We know how the Chiefs now, how they spread guys out and motion back and forth with different receivers. So Andy Reid brought that same style from him when he was in Philadelphia with the Eagles and Donovan McNabb. And for 4 years straight, they won the division title, but couldn't win a Super Bowl. And then he immediately goes and gets another black quarterback. Oh, I always bring that up because if I'm Donovan McNabb, I don't sleep well at night, man. I just don't. You know, Andy Reid was like, damn it, if this black quarterback would just get the doggone ball and do it. And then he gets another one, the little light-skinned brother, and now Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Donovan, not really, but you know, I don't think he's listening. Scotty Lutz, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. I didn't even answer your question fully, Moses Ruiz. I apologize. Jim Harbaugh, in my opinion, is a coach's coach. So he knows how to find great talent. He has great talent on his staff that has been traveling with him for a long time. For example, did you notice all those little signs and little pictures that had Jim Harbaugh making little hints toward the Raiders? You notice how all that's just going up into vapor now? No one cares. They're not being held responsible for that. No one's saying, hey, why were you dicking around with Raider fans? Tommy, don't use that phrase. Why are you messing around with Raider fans, you know, saying, oh, look at Harbaugh. Why is Harbaugh doing that? Next question. It's just leverage, man. That's all that. It's just leverage nonsense BS. And the worst part about it is that it's a PR campaign that Jim Harbaugh is doing and paying for himself. Look it up. It's not hard to find. He has one of those, like, I forget what it's like, PR firms that just basically spread stuff like this around. And so if he wants to go to the Buffalo Bills, he tells a team that is the Buffalo Bills rival, for example, the Jets or something like that. Oh, the Jets are talking to him. And then they try to get him, you know, a job at the actual place he wants to go to. Scotty Lutz, that's dope. You're going to be at the game. That's really cool. Anna Diaz-Rigot, he did well. He will be up and running very soon. Okay, you're talking about something else. Been a minute, good, but glad to catch the show tonight. What's up, Raider Bear family? Vincent Fernandez, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. And I'm looking at your profile picture and getting a good laugh after that. All right, let's see. I'll be happy if we sign AP. I just hope we don't give him more than a 3-year deal to start with until he really proves himself. Well, Jim, we don't say until he really proves himself to other coaches. You know what I mean? So I don't know that we should start with AP. It sets a bad precedent. You know what I mean? Now, that's that. Now, second, more importantly, and obviously I don't think you were implying anything. I'm just, you know, but I think that they should give him a 4-year deal, not a 3-year deal. See, a 3-year deal, like you said, it's safe. It's sticking your toes in the water. You know what I mean? And that's how he'll feel as a coach. To me, I don't like that idea. Even if you want to put, you know, certain qualifiers in it, you can do that, you know, where in year 3, year 4, you know, the owner has the right to step forward and say, okay, I don't like this. I want to go to a different direction. But I would give him 4 years because the players around him have to know he has power. Do you think Devontae Adams would come here if we just now got this coach? He gets just a 3-year deal and we go, hey, Devontae, come build this legacy with us, with this coach that might be here. Because we're not going to give Devontae Adams a 3-year deal. He's going to be here longer than the coach, though. You know, I mean, I don't like that. I don't love that. That looks bad. Let's see. Harbaugh has his agent levying a new contract at Michigan, where he excluded from being hired if the NCAA files sanctions or bowl bans for Michigan. What a douchebag. Pardon the French. No, that's okay, Travis. You know, honestly, what he's doing is he's trying to protect himself so that he's not forced to go back, because remember, a good deal of his roster is going to disappear to the NFL. And you know, some other guys that were just seniors that they may not make it to the NFL, but they're not going back to school. So he's losing a pretty good girth of guys. Good word, you says, Bear. Girth. He's losing a pretty large sum of guys that are crucial guys to what they do there. So he's going to come now back and, you know, coach what? The best that's left behind. I don't think that he likes how that looks on his resume. Do you see what I'm saying? In other words, he's got the heat now. Have you been hearing about Harbaugh the last few years? No. Think about that. It's been 4 or 5 years. You haven't heard anything about Harbaugh. He's been at Michigan. So what's the difference now? He won. See, all those previous years, he was losing. Had he won the division championship, the national championship 2, 3, 4 years ago when he thought he was going to, or thought he could, he would have been going into the NFL and he'd already be there now. But instead, he lost and lost and lost and lost, and now he's won. So now it's, oh, look, I'm the hot commodity NFL. But he's the only one pushing that narrative. He's just trying to get a job. I told you a month ago he'd go to the Chargers. Why? Because I waved my crystal ball? No, because it's obvious. His coaching pedigree is that he goes to a team that is close already, that has a quarterback, that has pieces there. Now he looks at that and goes, okay, I can do something with that. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, there's multiple jobs opening. If he only had, let's say, the Patriots or the Seahawks, where his only two options, where does he go? In my opinion, probably the Seahawks. They already have some young pieces on a team that can win a little bit right now. Whereas, the other team is broke down and coming undone and needs a lot of help. Let's see. Andy Garcia, what's up? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're getting AP, man. That's done. Champ Kelly thing, same thing. I think they're just honoring everything, getting everything done. The reason why I'm saying with confidence to you that I think Champ and AP are on board is because Richard Seymour, Charles Woodson, and a host of other Raider alumni came forward and said, Rich Bisaccia and moving on from that 5-game run that was really impressive with a team that had been shook, you know what I mean? Went through all this calamity. Instead, Rich Bisaccia guided us to 5 straight wins and a berth in the playoffs. So what? Either he has what you need or he doesn't. And he didn't. It has nothing to do with whether he's white, green, brown, or blue. He didn't have any head coaching experience, so you couldn't go with that. But I still hear so many Raider fans say we should have given him a shot. No, we'd be right where we don't want to be now. You know what I mean? Hiring another guy because he failed, because he would have failed. Wait, I got to let one go. Raiders! Okay, whose dog is barking? I always get someone's dog when I let one off, quick out of nowhere. Mark Parrish, Crosby should have got Defensive Player of the Year. Mark, we know who the Defensive Player of the Year is. You and I know who the Defensive Player is. Raider Nation knows who the best is. We know. You know what I mean? We have to do that a lot. You know what I mean? But we can do it. Tana Moku said, agreed. Okay, whenever I get that gets posted. Appreciate the love, brother. Troy Gill said he's a friend of Tom Brady. Well, no one's arguing with the reports that say they're friends and things like that. What I'm arguing with is whether or not Tom has some sort of influence with Mark Davis. I would say that Tom has his hand so far up Mark Davis. Next question. Vrabel is a good coach. He's a leader of men, which is a major part of being successful. John B. James, I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. He's one of those guys you would follow down an alley. You know what I mean? You just would. He would make you feel like, okay, we got a shot. You know what I mean? With him and me, and okay, we got this. Oh no, Alpha, I wasn't saying I wanted Vrabel over AP. I don't. To me, that would be a setback. See, with AP, and I know this will sound weird, but give me a second. With AP, you really do still have to rinse the offense, because it was McDaniel's nonsense and so on and so forth. But to me, it doesn't feel like such a tear down because we know AP and he's a Raider and he wants to be here. There's a difference. It's not us bringing in some guy hot right off an NCAA win. You know what I mean? No, I want a Raider, man. And that's what we're getting. It feels like we're taking the rhythm right into the off season, which, doesn't really exist. You know what I mean? I see all these other fans, of other teams, especially teams that have gotten knocked out. They're not even talking about football. They don't wear their gear. You know what I mean? It's sad. You know what I mean? A day doesn't go by that I don't have something Raider on my side. You know what I'm saying? Bear, who do we go after for offensive coordinator? Well, I mean, you're hearing all the reports about Kingsbury, and I got to be honest with you, that makes absolute sense. Kingsbury was out of position as a head coach. He just was, you know what I mean? He's just out of position. It was no different than it was with Josh McDaniels. Now, having said that, who could have went into that situation in Arizona and won? I mean, that's what I say. I mean, people get on Kingsbury and the job he did there. Well, who was going to go into that and win? I mean, I mean, I know I'm kicking the Cardinal bird. They can hear me. I live so close to him. But I know the Cardinals are a mess. But I mean, I just, short of like, George Blanda coming through that door and saying I'm coaching, Al Davis, John Madden, you're not going to win. You know what I mean? They're a ways away. So like for example, if I was a Cardinals fan, I would have to be honest with you guys and say to you, this period that we have Kyler Murray, don't be excited. The fact that we're keeping Kyler Murray, you shouldn't be happy about that, because whether he can play or not isn't the point. They're only keeping him because they want to keep funding the cheap years of his rookie contract and the bonus he got. Because after that, the money goes through the sky roof and you can see what he's got. Maybe you win some games, but you keep selling out tickets at the door. And remember, that's the bottom line for the owners, not you and I. We as fans, we put our heart into this, passion. We wear it on our body. I tell people all the time that this is a birthmark, not a tattoo. You know what I mean? And I mean that. It's a joke, but I mean it that way though. You know what I'm saying? And for owners, the bottom line is sell tickets. You know what I mean? So we have to bear with that. You know what I'm saying? Bear with that. Bear the Raider Bear. Did I get any cats on that one? Any cats on that? All right, moving forward. I swear we're going to talk about football. Here, watch. I'm going to do it right now. Watch me change speeds. So they've already been talking about a couple of different things, but I thought it was interesting, the 5 cuts that they brought up. Now, going beyond Jimmy Garoppolo, which gets us back somewhere in the neighborhood of like $28 million in dead money. And that would help us a lot. We've already known that for a while. And we only end up paying him, I think it's $13 million over 2 years. Forgive me for that. I'm going on memory on that one because I have the article in front of me, but I'm not reading it because I have too many tabs right now. And if I went to look for it, I'd be going, click. But I know him and Hunter Renfrow are the main targets. If we let go of him and Hunter Renfrow, we get back in money back toward our cap about $8.2 million that we end up saving just on Hunter Renfrow, a little over $8 million. And it's 20 million, I want to say, because I remember thinking that was $8 million we're paying and getting 20 back. So it's 23 million total, 20 for Jimmy Garoppolo and another 3 for Hunter Renfrow that we get, another 8.2 that we get, 28. Do you guys like my math? Is this going well? My bad. Okay, now Brandon Faison, who was brought on and he'll probably be brought back. I have found the article now. My bad. There's a couple guys on this list that I'm not sure I agree with this. But Jerry Tillery, I'm not feeling that. I mean, you're only saving $2 million if you let him go. But if you keep him, you pay less than $2 million. It's like 1.8. I don't know if I wouldn't just let that roll. He did have a sack in one of the games late in the season. I'm sure he had a couple more than that. But my point is even right to the end of the year, he was playing hard, and making plays. I don't think he's a star or anything like that, but I don't know if necessarily I want to give up on the potential he has and let it go somewhere else and see it flourish, which I know Raider fans hate when we have a guy and we look at him and it doesn't work. We let him go and then suddenly he's a star somewhere else. Although that hasn't happened a lot lately. Most of these guys that we've been casting off, big, a couple went to the Niners. The safety, Jonathan Abram, went to the Saints. And that was after going to 2 other teams, and he was just a bust, and he busted out of the league. Jonathan Abrams can't even get on a team now. Jonathan Abram can't even get on a team now. It's a sad thing when you look back, because we were, as a franchise, as fans, looking forward to his potential. Saying to ourselves, "Wow, look at this kid. Good looking kid, good build, fast, smart. He played great in college. He's gonna come out here and just let it rip." And you find out now that he's a one-trick pony, that in college he was just taught to play this zone or play this man, and that's it. He didn't know anything else. He didn't understand how to work signals. He didn't understand how to take instructions from the safety or the captain, the linebacker. If he audibles to another defensive call, he had to know what it was right away. You're the safety, and he'd be sitting out there not knowing what's going on. How'd that go again? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Now the other ones are obvious. Brian Hoyer, Brandon Faison. I got no problem with that. But Jerry Tillery, I'd probably still look at that. Everyone else, I'd let go. Garoppolo's obviously gone. I mean, that's nothing to talk about. We all know that. Armand Jr., what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Steve Marchant, see you there. Easy does it in the house. What's up, Easy? Do you really think that we'd go after Cliff Kingsbury as OC? Well, Alpha, just like I immediately put to bed the idea of Jim Harbaugh being a Raider coach, to me, if you just looked at everything, logically, he wants a quarterback in place. We don't have that. And that's step one to Harbaugh. I've heard him talk about it. It's why he was so anxious when he got the Niner job, because he felt like with Kaepernick that he could win. And then Kaepernick brought in distractions because he made it about race. And look, I don't care about him being black and I'm black. Look, I want to be very clear about this. Whether he wants to protest or not, that's fine. But you can't then be upset if you lose your job. You did it at work. You know what I mean? If any one of us at our job does anything like that, we get fired. And it doesn't make the news. You know what I mean? Whether I have a big afro or not. And I don't underneath there. Okay, now moving forward. I think the Kingsbury things are real because he is a good coach. He can coach offense. He can build a scheme fast and get guys on the field understanding what that program is. He really can. He can be a benefit to Antonio Pierce. But at the same time, he better watch his back because Kingsbury's already been a head coach once. He's using this to rehabilitate his image. So if we get off to a great start, in the year 2 and 3, and he's a winner and we're winners and we're doing great, we've made it to the playoffs the first 2 years, and God forbid if we were to win a Super Bowl, he's going to immediately be like, hey, I'd like to be a head coach again, and people are going to want to give him the job. Do you believe Patrick Graham deserved to be interim head coaching position with 13 years of experience? Because I thought he was a more integral part of this resurgence of the defense than AP was. Anthony Zirkle, with essentially the same staff, though, we saw the defensive change come when Pierce got the job. It was almost immediately after McDaniels was out the door that we saw the defense change. But the change didn't happen until AP had the job. Now, I would argue that you could also still say that it was the defensive coordinator and Patrick Graham, because it would have been Josh McDaniels saying to him, hey, no, I want to run this way. Now, we're not privy to that as fans, but it's the truth. The head coach talks to the defensive coach and the offensive coach all game. You know what I mean? And makes them make adjustments because he's the last call. He's the captain of the ship. But Patrick Graham was getting neutered and being told play lots of drop back, do this, do that. But with him now being hands-on free with AP, he did a better job. I don't know that it goes more to AP or to Patrick Graham. I just know that when the market's like this, coaches like this look for the opportunity to cash in and become a head coach somewhere. So if Patrick Graham's smart, you reach out and you get a job. I don't care what it was. Even if it's like I was saying, even if it's the Falcons job, he'd be going there to lose. But so what? You're going to get fat pockets while you're there. He might earn some respect from other owners and still go through the coaching rotunda when they're looking for coaches again. That's what happened to Tomlin 16 years ago. Blew their socks off. Yeah. You'll see now. It can happen. How often do you do your supporters show? Lately, I've been off, Alpha. I've been off and on because of just family stuff. You know what I mean? But I try to do it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But what I've been doing is just throwing them on when I can sometimes. And I'll come on a Monday or a Saturday, because I miss shows. So I always try to make up for supporters. Anthony Zirkle said, hired. Yeah. Bear, what do you think the window is of when they will announce the new head coach? It's going to be within the next couple of days. They won't wait for the weekend. Sports Center probably will report it by midnight. You know what I mean? But because it's just too many people talking about it now. But I would say before the weekend for sure, because you got to get Champ's stuff done. And you don't want AP to overshadow that. You know what I mean? So if you just go, hey, AP and Champ, you know what I mean? So what they want to do is finish the AP thing. They'll announce AP, and then the Champ thing will probably go through the ringer for a week. Now, the sense of that is in this. When it goes through the ringer for that week, that doesn't mean Champ doesn't know he got the job. And that doesn't mean that Champ's not already doing the job behind the scenes with AP. He will be. because Mark Davis will give him that confidence to just keep doing your job. You're here. This is your office. Keep doing a great job. I love you. You're doing a great job. And then he'll tell him, you're the guy, but we got to I got to do some other stuff here. So let me do these other interviews, interviews of guys outside of the organization. And then I'll announce in a couple, days that you got it. And then they'll move forward. But in the meantime, they're already going to be working. John B., I like your questions. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to answer another one. Assuming AP becomes head coach, what do you see as the biggest challenges he needs to overcome to continue building on this season's momentum? Okay, that's a great question. Okay, first, what he has to do, what is his biggest challenge? His biggest challenge is he's got to find a quarterback. Although I believe in AOC, I want to make that very clear. So every time you you hear me make statements about other quarterbacks or bringing in a veteran, I'll talk about all those things. I'll talk to you about who we might draft in the draft and so on. But I want AOC to get a shot. I saw the tape from him at Purdue, and I challenged all of you a couple nights ago to watch the highlights of him when he was at Purdue on YouTube, and I would defy you to say that you didn't think you could win with that guy. That guy's got stones, man. He just does. And he looks like a puppy to us right now because he is. You know what I mean? His perfect little cute little haircut when he takes off his helmet. But that guy can throw, man. He's got balls. I like leaders. You know what I mean? Captain America doesn't have all the flashy moves, but he's a leader. And he's the guy that all the other superheroes want to call out, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Because he's the man in that way. Well, I see that on AOC. And for those of you who are watching the show for the first time, I picked that quarterback before we did in the draft. Okay. That's the second time. I picked Henry Ruggs, and we picked Henry Ruggs, and I picked AOC and got AOC. And I was way off on Max Crosby. I didn't even know who he was. Let's see. No, Raider Travis, Mike Vrabel is a rumor, but you still have to do your due diligence. You know what I mean? You just do. I hate to say this, but if in any other world, AP would be completely comfortable that he's got the job. But the problem is that it's Mike Vrabel, guys. Mike Vrabel he played on the same team with Tom Brady. He played on the same team with Richard Seymour. Two guys that are deep in Raider Nation's front office and have Mark Davis's ear. You know what I mean? So they're going to, tell Mark real hard, Mike Vrabel can coach, man. You give that guy a sack of potatoes and some chewing gum, and he'll make you lobster dinner. And he does, man. That guy's a winner. Darrell Neal, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Jose Tariquez said Devontae has said he wants to be a Raider, but is he really going to stay if the next quarterback struggles? Well, Jose Tariquez, welcome to the show. I love the family picture. I would say this to you. Would you? Would you stay? No, you'd leave. Now, see, to me, if we get him going in the next 2 seasons, to me, you'd be stupid to leave. But he has to know, because he's a veteran wide receiver. He's one of the best in the league, if not the best. What does he know? He has to know that whoever this quarterback's going to be and the system, what it's going to look like, he's going to be watching for that. You see what I mean? Because you remember he talked a lot this last season, okay? He talked a lot. And I didn't like that. I'll be honest with you. I'm one of the few that was on board with the whole, why is Devontae Adams talking after every game? You know what I mean? It's not necessary. If you're frustrated, go home and be frustrated. Tell your teammates in the locker room. Stop talking about it on mic. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's cool. I like Devontae. He's a cool guy. The players like him. The fans like him. I like him. Good looking kid. Funny. I like his Taco Bell commercials. They are good. But, be quiet about that kind of stuff. Just tell the management. Oh, Jim's got a big one for me. I know you didn't think I was implying anything, but just to clarify what I meant about AP proving himself. He doesn't even have any coordinator experience, much less head coaching experience. I might think differently if he had done an outstanding job, but he didn't. Though I do think you did a good enough job to earn a shot. Okay. Now, I have to agree that there are those that think he didn't do enough to be the surefire coach. I would argue that the 0-3 loss to the Vikings is what people who think AP should be scrutinized, or we should, look more at his experience or hold him more accountable for that particular loss, seem to, it's glasses half full, glasses half empty. which side of it do you want to play? Because the very next game, he had his quarterback and his defense put 60 plus on a team and score more points, woo, than any Raider team in history. That's a lot of Raider football. Forever, okay? Every football player that ever played for the Raiders never led a team the way that kid did to 60 plus. I'm just saying, I know some of it was defensive touchdowns. I don't care. You know what I mean? The kid was at the wheel and he played fantastic. 270 plus yards, if I remember correctly, no picks or one pick, something like that. I don't know. He played great though. Appreciate that. But where I agree with you as far as the experience, Jim, I sometimes feel like experience is trumped I know that tasted bad even saying the word, but I think experience can sometimes be trumped by the guy played in the league. The guy was, in a Super Bowl and won. The guy has been around when coaches make adjustments and what halftime adjustments look like, how he's explaining it at halftime to his players. He isn't learning the job. He is the job. Because, for example, when you say to me, well, what about as a coordinator? What if he'd been a coordinator somewhere else? Or what if he had been an interim head coach somewhere else? Wouldn't that be enough to warrant just giving him a 4 or 5 year deal? Okay. I would argue that a guy that played in the league, won a Super Bowl, and was very good. I forgot to add that. We can't lose sight of that too. He didn't just play. He didn't just win a Super Bowl. He was an integral part of it. That guy could ball. I forget what it was, but he had at least a couple games where he had 12, literally 12 tackles by himself. You get 12 tackles in a game, you dominated that game. You know what I mean? And so I just feel like the experience he had playing the style that they played when he was with the Giants. I mean, it was an aggressive defense. They try to fight your run game. You know what I mean? Bring your quarterback down. But I got absolute nothing but excitement about this. I think the fact that AP is going to get the job, and I'm just saying, I don't care. They'll announce it when they announce it. But I've already told you guys, I had my own little secret source telling me AP was getting the job. It was just a matter of getting stuff done. They got stuff done. Woo. Okay, there we go. What's up, Bear? Is it true Champ was there in all the head coach interviews? Sean Scott, he was. That was meant to help him hammer out questions with Mark and Mark to hammer out questions with him. Obviously, Mark Davis is an owner, and he actually was learning under his dad for quite a while before his dad was really, the Alzheimer's and all that stuff kicked in. He learned quite a bit from his dad, and he learned basically that his dad understood that you should know what you don't know. So if you're going into, say, for example, the era of analytics, I don't think he can pretend that his dad was helping him with analytics and those decisions that go along with that. And who's the best coach to hire? Who does that? Et cetera, and so he's listening now. I feel weird saying this because I just can't believe it's happening, but it was a show I said a week or two ago. I don't know when I actually said it, but it was a couple shows ago. And I said, I'm praying that Mark Davis gets the praise for the understanding of what he does not know. You have to understand what you do not know. When you're rich and you have money, you feel like every time you look at something, you understand it better than everyone else. Because everyone kisses your ass because you have money. You ever notice that about rich people? They always feel like, oh yeah, hold on. You need an answer to that? I know the answer. No, your bank account is telling you know the answer. Because if you're wrong, you don't have to answer for that. Wait. Oh, that's funny. Hold on. Wait. Oh, no, don't do that. What happened? Where'd it go? Oh, no way. That sucks. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Wait a minute. You guys have to be on here for this. Okay, there we go. I know I can do this with him. There we go. Let me see. Okay. Hey, where's the Wait a minute. Where's the princess? Oh, you're killing me. Look, I got Corey the Raider, but he doesn't have his angel baby on. Hold on. I got to kill the. Oh, you lost your camera.
Wait, hold on.
You're killing me. There we go. Look, check him out. Corey the Raider, calling your boy the bear, because I always love seeing that baby girl. All right, man. Listen, hold on 1 second. I'm going to do what I do best. Alexa, play Hide by NASA. It's time to shut down the show. I'm going to do it with my guy, Rage and Raider Rhino, riding saddleback with me here.
Yes, sir.
There it is. Right there. Let's go. Tell him. Tell him. Raiders! All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice, active and veteran. Much love. From me, from Rage and Raider Rhino, Mama Bear, Little Cub, Woo, and every good Lord loving someone else. Have a great night. We'll see you soon right here on Raider Bear Family Page. Next, we're going to talk about the Rhino's goatee. That's right. Where do you get that mess? Come on, man. You got to trim that thing up or something. Stop it. Good night, Raider Nation.